Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome in. Today is February 9th, 2021, and it is not my normal live show, but that's because this is not any live show. This is a very, very special live show I'm doing with you guys tonight. And I want to bring on two very special people. We met them last week on the 2nd when we did a video, but I brought them back to you. I promised you I would. So here they are. This is my friends Dan and Dylan. They are from the Wholesale Formula. These are two gentlemen on the screen you see one way to that way. And we're going to talk about wholesale. We're going to talk about Amazon. We're going to talk about FBA. And we're going to talk about your opportunity to make 2021 your year by using that amazing platform. So without further ado, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to let these guys chat with you, talk to you, and let's find out what they have to say. Dan, you want to start?
Yeah, absolutely. No, we're super excited to be here. I remember, really, it was one of those situations where Amazon has given us the opportunity to just grow a real business. Like that was the difference is, sometimes you get in those situations where you can work for yourself, but I think Amazon gives you the power, the point of leverage to be able to turn that into a real business.
Yeah. And so if anybody saw the other video, knows anything about us, just real quick recap. We've sold over $30 million on Amazon the last few years, doing something called reverse sourcing wholesale. And we talked a little bit about how we got started in that last video, from retail arbitrage to scaling up into doing wholesale and figuring out this kind of unique model for we call reverse sourcing wholesale. And today, what we're going to show you is how to find products, how to source inventory, how you can find products the same way that we find products, so that you can kind of mimic and do what we do, what we've been able to create to $30 million in sales on Amazon. So it's going to be a lot of fun today. And as we get started, before I get started, I want to let everyone know that Dan and I, a few times a year, we run a 3-day training workshop where it's an intense training workshop where we teach people how to do exactly what we do to run an Amazon business just like ours using reverse sourcing wholesale, and we charge for that workshop. But for the first time ever next week, we're going to be running one of those workshops. It's online, and we're going to be doing it for free for the first time. And so we would love for people to be able to participate and work with us, and it's going to be a lot like, I would say it could be a lot like this live stream, but we're going way deeper, with all kinds of interactive stuff that you could do on our digital dashboard. So the link for that is in the description. The link for that is going into chat right now.
Yep.
And it's totally free to register. Everyone check that out. Make sure register now, register after. Just wanted to let you know about that. A deep dive training on how you can create your own wholesale business on Amazon. And we've also, once you register for free, something that you do also have the option for is, after you've registered for free, it will offer you a VIP ticket. For $27, you can be VIP to the event, which means you get to be in the same Zoom room with us and be able to ask us questions at the event. And you get instant access to a free little mini course on wholesale that we provide. It's about an hour-long training on all the different features of how we run our business, the business model, and get you started on finding your own products with some of the methods that we use to find products without any software required or anything like that. So it's a great little mini series that you get access to. And if you sign up for that $27 VIP, Casey's also got something special for you too.
Yeah, so just to remind everybody, the link that I just put in the chat is the same as the one in the description. Completely free sign up. The workshop is over the weekend, not this weekend. It is next weekend. So you got about 10 days. So that's the 17th, 18th, 19th. Is that the right days?
Yeah, 17th, 18th, and 19th. Yeah.
17, 18, and 19. They will be live all 3 days for you to join us. And if you do sign up and want the VIP ticket, that will be offered to you once you click that link and go through. You'll put your email in and all your information, and then you'll have the option. You'll get all the bonuses that Dylan just mentioned. You'll be able to be in the chat and ask questions and interact. You'll get the mini an hour mini bonus after that. And anybody who does the VIP option, I'm going to give a copy of my 2021. All my viewers know what that is. It's the social media, expanding your presence on social media and all the outside platforms. It's 150 videos, 13 guides, my private little video package thing. So I will give that to everyone who signs up for the VIP and comes over to the workshop. So that's awesome on top of the bonuses they're giving you. So do consider that. and the links are right there for you guys to check out. So awesome, Dylan.
Right, but regardless, I mean, this if you even come for free, this is going to be a 3-day intense, like the 3 days, 3 hours each, going over how to find profitable products, how to analyze those products to make sure you don't get torched when you buy them, and then ultimately how to convince those brands to sell. So if you are interested in taking your business to the next level, or you hear something tonight where we, our story, we talked about it. We started in that same eBay world, the same Amazon with retail arbitrage and stuff like that. So if you hear something that resonates, jump into that training. It's free, and if it's something that you feel like can push you to the next level, do it.
Yep.
All right, cool. Well, let's get into the training. So we've got if you can pull up my screen share, we'll start. So to recap, everybody, if you didn't see the other video, we do something called reverse sourcing wholesale. So what we've got pulled up on the screen here is just a little illustration and infographic to help really help it make sense to you. So at the top, that's how wholesale traditionally works, and the bottom is what we do. So at the top, what you see is you have your brand owner or your manufacturer. They make products. Okay, and this is the way most people do wholesale. The brand owners and manufacturers, they make products, and then those brand owners and manufacturers, they sell their products to wholesalers or distributors. Okay, and then most Amazon sellers buy products from those wholesalers and distributors. Okay, because they go through those wholesalers and distributors to find products that they carry, that they can buy and sell for a little bit of profit, and they can carry a wide range of different SKUs on Amazon, usually at pretty low profits, but they can find things. We instead, what we decided on was, all right, we're gonna cut out that middleman. We're not gonna buy from the wholesalers and distributors. We're gonna go straight to the source of the inventory. We're gonna find products that we know that we want, best-selling products on Amazon. Okay, and we are gonna contact the brand owners and the manufacturers directly to buy those products and get them at direct prices, the manufacturer direct prices, right? Like the lowest possible price. Because if anyone here, if you know anything about Amazon, whoever has the lowest price gets all the sales, right? So it's really valuable to be able to just cut out that middleman, go straight to the brand owner, or straight to that manufacturer. But that makes sense, right? Everyone's like, well, yeah, why doesn't everyone do that? Of course, of course it makes sense to cut out the middleman, but there's a reason that not everyone does it.
Right? No, I mean the problem is when you look at that top model, it's outdated, right? Like it's when you see the streamlined version in our model, it's like, wow, it just makes sense. But the reason that top model is there, and the core problem is that wholesalers and distributors were created to be able to facilitate sales to small stores. Like
they'll sell to anyone. There's like no barrier of entry. A wholesaler and a distributor will sell anyone who's willing to spend money.
Right, because think about it from their perspective. Like they were created because small stores can't sell hundreds of units of a given product. So they would need 12 of this, 10 of that, 4 of this, or whatever. Well, a wholesaler and distributor can fulfill that order because they carry a massive amount of lines. But they don't care what they sell. They just want to sell more units. So whenever we saw that, think about it. They have to make a markup. Like that's the other problem is not only is it made inefficiently, like there's the gap in people that you're talking to, but the wholesaler and distributor has to make money. So they mark the price up, and now you're not able to compete. But if you remove them and take them out of the equation and go straight to the brand owner, you have a few more advantages. Like number one, you get, like Dylan said, the best possible price. Like there's no gap between you and the supplier, and there's nobody in there increasing that margin or needing to take a cut, so to speak. But beyond that whereas a wholesaler and distributor is invested in getting you to buy more items in general, we want you to take 100 units as opposed to 20 units of this. They're not invested in selling you a single item. Well, that brand, they only care about their item. They don't care about these other lines and these other products. They only care how well their product sells. So whenever you start dealing with them and working with them directly, it's easy to build that relationship, because if you can show alignment and how you can help their brand, they're automatically interested in working with you, right?
Yeah, so let me summarize real simple for everybody, right? A wholesaler and a distributor will sell to anyone, and that's why so many people do it. But buying brand direct, buying brand owner or manufacturer direct, most brands, they are very picky about who they will allow to sell. brand owner direct, right? You can call them up, send them an email, say, hey, I'm ready to spend $2,000 in buying your inventory. I'd like to sign up as and sell your stuff on Amazon. They'll say, no, thank you. You can buy from our wholesaler distributor. But if you know some of the magic words, which we're going to talk about today, if you know what to say and how to talk to those brand owners, they will approve you for those direct accounts where you can get the best possible price. You just got to know what to do. But before we get into that, which we'll talk about here, and we definitely will be talking about at our workshop that you can sign up for, let's figure out first off, how do we find products to sell? How do we source inventory that we can use this model and buy products direct at the lowest possible prices from manufacturer direct or resell on Amazon? And we're talking selling hundreds, if not thousands of units of a product every month. Like, think about that. We're talking about, you can restock your inventory of 1,000, 2,000 units by sending an email. And it doesn't come to your house. It doesn't go to your warehouse. It just goes straight from the manufacturer to Amazon. And that's how you restock your inventory. Selling that many profitable units. That's what our business is and what it looks like. I'm working out of, this is my warehouse. You see it with the guitar behind me. This is my office. You can see Dan's warehouse. This is where we run our businesses out of, multi-million-dollar business. So how do we find products? We're going to talk about that today. So that you're going to be able to learn. We're going to show it live. All right. How to find products, exactly how we find products. So let's get into that. Picking out a product that's going to fit this business model, that reverse sourcing model, has to have these qualities. Okay. Number one, it has to be a product on Amazon, because this is where we search for products. We search for products we want to sell on Amazon. We source products on Amazon, see what's a bestseller, a good product, something that sells pretty reasonably well and meets these criteria. And then we track down who the brand owner. Simply just do a Google search to find out who they are, send them an email, make a phone call to talk to them. So, number one, the product is not sold by Amazon. That's an important criteria. Amazon is rules for thee, but not for me, as I like to say it. And Amazon doesn't play by the same rules, right? So if Amazon is selling a product, it's really hard to compete with them. It's really hard to get sales against them just because they're so aggressive with price and the way that they control the buy box. So you're just better off not selling things that are sold by Amazon, the seller themselves. So it's great to just eliminate them. Pretty simple, right? Number two is that the product has a minimum of 3 unique sellers on it. And that also makes a lot of sense when we talk about it. So you want a product that has at least 3 sellers, because that means if it has at least 3 sellers, that means the brand or the manufacturer is open to having multiple retailers on the product, right? If there's only one seller, really what that means is there's a reason. Usually it means the brand is selling it themselves and they don't allow other retailers, or they have an exclusive relationship with the retailer. So when there's only one, it's usually a waste of time to reach out to a brand. So you want at least 3 people selling the product unique. And that gives you a good sense that this is probably a company that's open to maybe adding another seller or two, which could be you. So that's what that one is about. There's no maximum. To be clear, that's a question I get a lot. Is there a maximum number of sellers? Don't care if there's 200 sellers. It doesn't matter, because of what the third one here, which is where we're going to learn quite a bit on. And it's that you can sell it many times per month. That it's a product that you can sell many times per month. And that one is kind of, not as clear cut as these other two. What does that mean? You can sell it many times a month. Well, we developed a formula, Dan and I, that we're about to teach you here today on this broadcast. We developed a formula where we can look at any product on Amazon, pretty much any product, and very accurately determine how many units of that product that we would be able to sell every month. No matter how many sellers are on the listing, we can accurately gauge about how many units of that product we could sell each month using this formula. Just need a little bit of software help for us to be able to do it, and I'm going to show you that. But it's really cool. So it allows you to look at any product on Amazon and know about how much money you could be earning if you could get the wholesale account for it. That's why it's so valuable, right? So that's what we're going to show you.
Right. But in terms of being able to sell it numerous times per month, you just got to figure out what makes sense in your business. Like Dylan said, I mean, not all products are created equal. Some products are going to be cheap and you don't make, let's say you're selling a pack of gum. You might only make $1. And if you only sold 15 packs of gum, like $15 wouldn't be enough to get us excited, right? But let's say that you were selling I remember an odd one that I've sold, and it seems like me and Casey can potentially use it if it worked. But it was a big bald cap. It was one of those things where it looked like a spaceship on your head, and it had all these weird lights. It was like $800. Now, if I sold 5 of those a month, or 6, 7, 8 of those a month, I'm actually pretty happy. So you just have to think about it in terms of context with the product and what makes sense in your business to see, what kind of products you would want to carry.
Yeah, and a key. So just follow along with this. I know that there's going to be a lot to throw at because we're going to talk a little bit about math and some numbers. But trust me, when we do it for live here in a second, it'll all really make sense. But right here, we're looking at a screenshot of Amazon. This is the buy box. When you go to a product on Amazon, there's that little box over on the right side. It's called the buy box. And if you check out, that's the price that you're going to pay, and that's the seller that is going to get credit for the sale, right? And the way that the buy box works is it has who gets the sale, how Amazon determines who gets the sale is basically 2 metrics that are weighted very, very highly, and everything else is very, very small. But the 2 most important metrics are, one, are you listed Prime? Are you an FBA seller who lists Prime, right? That means you're part of Amazon's FBA, Fulfilled by Amazon program. And you're listed, the product's listed as Prime, which means it ships in 1 day or 2 days, depending on where they are, or even same day. A lot of places, if you live in a real city, which Dan and I don't, but hey, you can get the product in the same day. So you're listed Prime, and price. That's the other thing. So if you have the lowest price and you're listed Prime, well, you'll get the buy box. If you're tied with price, with other people, you'll typically rotate the buy box relatively equally. And if you have the lowest price, you get all the sales. And that's what we were talking about. Our model, we try to get the best price, the lowest possible price, by working with brands directly. A lot of the prices other people can't get. So in some cases, we get all the sales because we have the best price. And so, or we share the buy box with a couple other people. Well, we're going to show you what that looks like and what that means, so that you can look at any product and analyze it. But pretty much it'll make sense to you here in just a second. So we'll show you. So I'm going to go ahead and flip us over to our sourcing software. So this is Helium 10. This is the sourcing software that we use in our business. Helium 10, and we've also used other ones that work great too. Jungle Scout. There's a lot of other products out there that work very similar to this. Managed by Stats is another one. They're all great. We're just going to be I got to pick one, so we're going to be demonstrating with Helium 10 today. And a lot of the stuff that you're going to see and the criteria that we just talked about and how we source for products and how we identify and do this math, you can do it without a software. It's just made much easier using one. So we're going to show you using this today and find some products that would meet our criteria and talk a little bit about them and show you how much money you could be earning if you were selling those products, right? So let's go ahead and check that out. Here we are this is Helium 10's black box product research section. So the way we start our search is first we pick a category. We like to do a category at a time. I always let Dan pick our category that we're searching. So Dan, what category do you want to search today?
I actually want to do one. All I got to say is, Dylan, please don't mess this up. We're live. They can see us right now.
Uh-huh.
All right. But let's do tools and home improvement. We've never done this category. I'm not a big tools guy.
Dan the Toolman Taylor. Dan the Toolman Metters. All right.
So before you go any further, I just had a question from James, who started off retail arbitrage, which we all three know plenty about. He wants to educate himself more on FBA and obviously expanding wholesale. And he wants, basically his question is to get more knowledge, to learn more. James, next weekend, 17th, 18th, 19th, the free workshop. I just linked it again in the chat down below. You get 3 full days with Dan and Dylan and the team. You'll learn everything you need to know about bumping up your retail arbitrage into, a full-on operation. I like to call it an operation. That entire weekend will be awesome for you. I'm familiar with James. I've seen him off and on. If you're ready to scale up, buddy, please join us this weekend. That entire weekend is free for you. Click there. We'd love for you to be a VIP if you decide to do it, but at least just join us that weekend. And anyone else with that question, I know quite a few of my sellers, retail arbitrage, one-offs, one-by-one, the Walmart trips. That's Dan's favorite story. Walmart. They're from literally, you guys have to understand, they're from the middle of the country, like Kentucky. Walmart's the only thing you guys have, I think.
Yeah, we don't have a lot else. Like, no joke. This is real. Yeah. I'm actually jealous of Dylan, because Dylan lives he lives a county over, and they just got Instacart. They just got it. And I'm so jealous. Like,
it's saving you a lot of money. Don't be jealous. It's saving you a fortune, I promise.
But I mean, I can't even. We don't even have Grubhub. Like I drive to get my food. Like that's we are in the actual middle of nowhere, guys. So it's this is we.
Oh look, James is from Kentucky too. See that? So
yeah, we're over in the Corbin, London area. So
yeah, they're in Corbin. What part of Kentucky, James? But yeah, so for all of you that are in that situation, small towns. Or even good-sized towns doing the retail arbitrage, the one-offs. If you want to learn the scaling is the only way you're going to make more money, guys. And the only way you're going to scale is to stop doing one-offs and start buying wholesale and getting, relationships. Please join us. It's a week from this weekend, not this weekend. You got a whole 10 days to prepare for it. Just use the link. Come join the workshop. You got nothing to lose, guys. An entire weekend for free. So
yeah, and I
didn't mean to cut Dylan off there, but I saw a couple people. They're from James is from Frankfort, Kentucky.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's
Frankfort, not too far away. Yeah, and just for clarity, it's the 17th, 18th, and 19th, guys. That's a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday week.
Wednesday, Thursday. I said Friday. He's right. No. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There you go.
Yeah, no worries. So.
Now, one of the, I just wanted to say it too, because I think it touches on what James asked there. One of the most common misconceptions that we see is that you have to have tons of Amazon experience to do wholesale on Amazon. Like fundamentally, whenever you do retail arbitrage on Amazon, you're trying to learn to sell 5 or 6 units. You're not going to learn any fundamental skills other than how to send in a shipment. It's the same process sending in a shipment with a wholesale order. So if your goal is to scale your business from where you're at, I would say, if you feel like you're ready to make that jump, or if you want to learn more about that jump, you can start with wholesale. So definitely check that workshop out. I promise you, this is a lot easier than you think it is. And Dylan's going to be doing a lot of this right here, showing you how easy it is to find products and get started.
Finding products is super easy because we're about to find a bunch right now.
Let's jump back into Helium and see this in action.
Yeah, so I select a category. We're going to search in the tools and home improvement category. And what Black Box does, how this works is it's a database of all the products on Amazon. And what it lets you do is you pick criteria, just like the one that we just talked about, all of those criteria that make up a good wholesale product, and it goes and finds them for you. It shows you products that just fit the criteria that you select. So we've selected tools and home improvement. That's a category that we want to search. And next we want to see price. So we recommend for new sellers to focus on products that are $20 or above. If you have more experience, you can sell cheaper stuff because it just requires a bit more knowledge. But if you're brand new, sell things. It gives you a little bit of wiggle room and a room to make mistakes if you're selling things that are at least $20. So what we like to put it somewhere around $18.90. Just show us products that are $18.90 and above, because a little wiggle room. You don't want to put 20 because then you're going to miss all the 19.99s, right?
I mean,
that's the same as 20. So you just
19.99 is the new 20, right?
Yeah, right. So we leave it at $18.90, and so it's only going to show us products that are at least $18.90 and above, which is cool. Fits our range. We don't care about any of these things right here. Doesn't really matter for us.
I like to mention this to the arbitrage crowds, the eBay crowds, things like that. A lot of people get concerned about how big an item is. That's like, oh gosh, I wouldn't want to ship that, or I wouldn't want to sell that gigantic thing. Whenever we're dealing directly with manufacturers, and you see Dylan's not worried, he's not going to check the box of trying to figure out shipping size or anything like that. The reason he doesn't care is whenever we buy an item, number one, we're buying it in bulk. So that makes the logistical side, the shipping side easier. And then the other part is I don't pack and ship my orders. I've not touched a single product I've sold in almost over 2 years. I actually don't even know at this point. It's just been so long, I've kind of forgotten what it feels like. So most of the time, whenever we buy a product, let's say it was a filing cabinet, a big giant filing cabinet, we would maybe buy 10 or 12 or 20 or whatever made sense at the time. And we're going to go over a lot of the math behind that here. But we would have those shipped directly from the person who made it straight to Amazon, and we would never see it. Then Amazon ships it to the customer, and it's not our problem is the point.
And it's pallet shipping. And that's the key, right? So, Casey. So the way that we can break this down is, let's say a filing cabinet. I'm going to sell it, selling wholesale on Amazon. I buy it direct from the manufacturer and ship it pallet. It's sending a filing cabinet. It's going to cost me pallet shipping about 20 cents a pound. maybe even less depending on how I do it. What would it cost for you to send a something like that, a filing cabinet, to Amazon parcel?
I mean, it'd be
From your own,
$120.
yeah. If you were doing it, oh man, we just shipped a bunch of heavy stuff across the country from Tampa to Arizona. The prices are outrageous. I can't even tell you how much they cost. Hundreds of dollars for big heavy stuff. It's nuts.
Right, and it can cost us like, you know, $10-15 or something to ship something like that to Amazon. So you can source anything with wholesale because it's typically going freight and it's going direct to Amazon. So it's super cheap and easy to sell big stuff. So no problems there. It makes it super accessible. So some of the other criteria here, remember that we talked about, number of sellers. I just set it the minimum to 3. So that's solved. We're only going to look at products that have at least 3 sellers. Okay, remember one of the other criteria was Amazon's not a seller. So if I go over here to the fulfillment method, there's a drop down, and I just make sure Amazon's not checked. I only want to see FBA, which means fulfilled by Amazon, or fulfilled by merchant, which means the person is going to be shipping it themselves. So we only want to see things that have that's who's selling the product, no Amazon. So that eliminates seeing products sold by Amazon. And then the last criteria that we'll set is monthly sales. So Helium 10 calculates about how often the product sells, how many times it sells per month based on its Amazon seller rank. And we just like to set a number here that's big enough to make it worth our time. We just want to be looking at products that sell at least 90 times per month, for instance. You can change that to whatever you'd like, but we just want to look at things that at least sell 90 times a month because, you know, we want to be able to sell a decent quantity of any product that we're selling. Remember, we want to sell some bestseller kind of stuff, so we set that to 90. And we have our criteria set here. This is all that we need to start finding great products, and we just hit search, and we're off to the races. So we're going to pull up some listings here. So what I like to do is just kind of scroll through and let Dan tell me what does he want to stop on, right? And this is funny. I see something something that's 44 pounds right off the top.
Actually, let's look at that. It's $167. That got me excited. I wasn't excited. I thought I don't like that picture. I thought it was like a thimble and thread for a minute. Let's keep on moving. Oh,
I used to have a rule before I did all this. I used to have a rule. If it was over 5 pounds, I didn't even consider it. Like way before all my knowledge expanded. It's 6 pounds. No, we're done.
No, whenever we used to sell arbitrage, we wouldn't mess with big items. Just never mess with them.
Yeah.
Let's look at this Allied Precision thingy, whatever this is.
Okay, Allied Precision. Premier line bucket water heater, right? See, and all you can see with Helium 10, it gives you a lot of the data over here. But we just kind of scroll through and see things that look interesting, kind of look at this data, anything that catches our eye.
Let's look at that big, I love this.
Big jug of something.
Big jug of something. Right?
I don't know what it is. It's a big jug of something for $90.
And let's see that transmitter. That looks amazing.
A visor transmitter, whatever that means. That's the
thing.
I
have a feeling that thing, I think that thing's for your garage. And awkwardly, it doesn't tell you what it transmits to or for.
Oh, this is all right. So I'm definitely gonna click this because I actually wanna see some of these. So we'll start here. All right. So what we're looking at, we're gonna analyze this listing real quick. We're looking at a Coro Protec water heater powered titanium anoid rod. Anode. Who knows what this? I don't know.
No, I was reading. I was like up here reading, trying to figure out what this crazy thing is.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like with Amazon, like I don't really need to know what it is. It's obviously something that's part of your water heater. Okay, it's an
anti-stink bar.
It's a part for a water heater. All right, so that's what this is. And this is just so everyone knows. This is kind of what the types of products we sell on Amazon. Crazy, kooky stuff that no one would really think about, but it doesn't matter. The data showed us this, right? We set our criteria and it found this, right? It found us. The product found us.
Right. One of the products that we sell, one of the products that we actually sell is a product that you sprinkle on a dog's food. So when they eat it, another dog will not want to eat their poop. Like as crazy as that is, like that's the point is if you let the data decide what you should carry and the cool products, you're going to find things you didn't even know sell that much. Like that product sells literally thousands of times per month, thousands of times.
Yep. And so this product is its price is over $20. In fact, it's $120. So it passes that criteria, right? Just to double check everything. Is Amazon a seller of the product? That was another one. It doesn't have at least 3 sellers. The answer is yes. It says there are 4 right here. There are 4 sellers. So we can double check to make sure. There is that one seller. Amazon Warehouse Deals doesn't count as a real seller, and then Water Connections, and then them again. So and in this case, there's actually 2, but that's okay. 2 is still better than 1. 2 is still better than 1. So we've got 2 people selling this product, both priced at $19.95. They both have an identical price for the product, $19.95. And then so there's 2 sellers for this product. So let me pull this up again just so that everyone can see. There's this seller right here, Coro Protect. That's the brand they're selling it themselves. There is Amazon Warehouse Deals. That is a used. See, that's a used. So that's not eligible for the buy box. So this isn't actually getting any sales, and they only have 1 in stock because it's just a used product, right? So they're not actual competition. You don't even consider them. Then there's Water Connection. This is one of the sellers. They're priced at $19.95. And then there's this other listing the price is way too high. They're at $130. They're not getting any sales. All right. So there are only 2 people that are getting any sales of this product: Water Connection and then Coro Protect. So if you were to sell this product, you would be the third. You'd be the third person selling this product, and you would get about an equal share of its sales because of that. So how many times does it sell? Helium 10 told us that its monthly sales. This thing sells 1,122 times a month. That's 1,122 times per month. All right. So if anyone out there, we can pull out the handy dandy.
That's 40 a day.
1,000. Was it 122?
39 a day.
Divided by 3, because you'd be the third seller, right? Divided by 3, because you'd be the third seller. You'd sell 374 of this a month.
Which means 12 a day per seller.
374 of this. And think about that. Imagine selling 12 a day at $120, right? So let's look at that. 374 times the selling price. Well, we'll just use simple math, round numbers to make it easy.
$grand.
You do $44,000 in sales per month on this product. Well, what's the profit look like on that, right? A conservative, I don't even want to call it average, but a conservative profit margin for wholesale products is about 15%, right? That's a conservative number, 15% profit margin. You'd make about close to $7,000 a month selling this product. About $7,000 a month. What is that a year? Oops, sorry. Let's just round up a little bit. What is happening?
It's 84,000.
84,000.
Yeah, I keep hitting the wrong button. Somewhere, a little less. It'd be a little less because it's not quite 7,000. But yeah, around $80,000 a year selling this one product wholesale.
Right.
A part for water heaters.
So
okay.
whenever you find these accounts, like you're going to see this, guys. Like you find these accounts all the time, and part of the challenge Dylan had talked about was it is hard to get these companies to sell to you. But when you think about it in this context, like think about this: if somebody said, "I will pay you $80,000 to figure out how to solve a problem," could you do it? And it's yes, that's the point. Is whenever you find a wholesale account, like as retail arbitrageurs, we go out, we find a product, we sell it, we have to go out and find a product again. Like our investment in finding these products and landing these accounts is more. But once I land this account, it's a phone call every month to make $7,000. So it's this is how Casey was talking about. You're able to scale your business. You take that energy away from having to go out and find everything to being able to make a phone call and be able to have product coming to you, or better yet, just going to Amazon.
Yeah, and on our annual report, our employees. So our estimate on profit margin on this product was 15%, but on our business, our average profit margin on wholesale products was more in the 18.5% to 19% on average.
Which is really good. My wholesale, we just actually talked about this with my partner. Our wholesale is at 21% right now. So
right.
Anywhere from 15 is a low conservative, 18, 17, 18, 19 is probably average, up to 20%. So
yeah.
There you go.
And it just usually it just gets better on it's even better typically on expensive items like this, on stuff that's selling over $100. Your margin is usually better. So this was a great first product to look at. Let's look at some other ones just to give some examples of so that people can see. This one is going to be great.
Oh my Lord, I like that one.
Wait, what is this? Wait, what was that?
Right, so let's look at this one. This is going to be a really good example to teach everybody how to land a wholesale account.
We can go over the math behind it. I love this example because it's going to be one of those things where there's just a lot of ground to cover here.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot we can learn here. So let's look at this. Visor transmitter range 200 feet. So
let's start with how much we can make on this. Let's see what the opportunity looks like, and then we'll talk about how we land this.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. You're absolutely right. So it's over $20, so we're good there. Does it have at least 3 sellers? It does. It says right here there's 16 sellers on the product. Okay, and then the last thing is, like, can we sell it a bunch of times? All right, so let's look. The price of the product is the buy box price is $21.64. So here's the way that we do this, right? And figure out how many we can sell. So everyone follow with me. Is we have found through years of experience that people that are priced within 2% of the buy box price and are prime sellers, that means they are selling FBA, they are actively competing for the buy box and likely splitting the sales of the product.
Man, this is such a good example.
And so the likely splitting the sales, right? So people priced within 2%. So you can do that math pretty easily. All right, so follow along with me. 21.64 multiplied by 1.02, that's going to show us what 2% above the price is. It's going to show us the price range. So anyone that's priced on this listing that's also prime, that's important. Remember, I said they're an FBA seller listed as prime with prime shipping. Anyone above 2207 is not getting sales on this. They are not making sales, so they're not even your competition. They're basically irrelevant. All right, so let's take a look at it, right? 2207. So we know there's one person that's.
Let's talk about
that's
that.
One.
The first product you look at, the first listing you look at below that buy box price is actually cheaper. Why do they not have the buy box, Dylan?
Yep, and then for those of you at home that aren't super savvy on this yet, it's because they are a merchant offer. They're not prime shipping. Because it says ships from open door discount remotes, it's not ships from Amazon. So they're not prime. So they are irrelevant. They're not getting sales.
Nope. Amazon will give priority to people that use them to do it because they can guarantee the shipping. At least in most cases, they can guarantee the shipping. And if you're FBM, you're not going to get that priority up to buy box ever.
Yep.
It's actually Amazon published. I don't remember where this was, but I read it. And it seems to fit versus our sales, our experiences and expectations. The article I read said approximately 85% of all sales on Amazon happen in the buy box. So whenever these people are cheaper, are they going to get sales? Possibly. But really what it takes is it takes somebody who doesn't care about when their product's shipped, that really just wants to save 40 cents. So, it's such a rare thing. And that's why having the buy box is such a powerful tool if you're selling on Amazon. So like at 2164, this guy is getting significantly more sales, like significantly more than those 2124s.
Yeah. So let's see. This is a merchant offer, irrelevant. They're not getting those sales. They just can't get the buy box. That's what they're not getting it now, and they're a lower price. You see, that just goes to show you. Moving up, garage door company, again, they are not selling prime, so they're not getting the buy box. You wouldn't have. They're not getting any sales, or very, very few, almost an irrelevant amount. And then there is some FBA sellers here, some prime sellers, Jet Sales and Iron Group, but they are above that price minimum, that price threshold. They're not getting the buy box either. They're not getting sales either because they're priced too high. Why? I know why. Because they're buying from wholesalers.
They're buying from distributors.
They're buying from distributors. They can't get a price low enough to be able to compete here. So that means on this product, there's only one person you're competing with, and that's 365 Garage Door Parts, this seller. They're selling Prime. It says it's Amazon Prime right here. So that's your only competition. So you would be splitting sales about 50-50 with them, close to 50-50. Some of the other guys may get 1 or 2 or 3 every month.
And what was the unit sales on those back on Helium?
And the unit sales on this one is it sells 129 times a month. 129 times a month.
You'd sell it about 65 times.
You'd sell about 65 units of this a month. So let's look at that. Let's look at that math again. You'd sell about 65 units times the selling price of, let's assume, $21.64. So that's about $1,400 a month in revenue, and then you would make about $200 a month selling this product at a minimum. $200 at a minimum. So this is a great starting point. This is a perfect example of a product that everyone here watching could very easily get started with. This could be your first wholesale product.
Let me ask a question in the chat. If respond to the chat here. How would that impact you to have an extra $210 a month by making a phone call?
Yeah, $210 a month. This is what a great starter wholesale account looks like, making $200 a month reselling.
We did have 2 questions for Dylan that just popped by. I did answer them in the text, but one was a very easy one about searching for products, and I somebody said what about people searching the same products or possibly coming across or selling it? Amazon's going to do $300 billion this year.
400 in 2020 they did 400 billion, and that's just
400.
Yeah, it was four. It's actually, and that doesn't count Amazon, the third-party sellers revenue. I did the math the other day because last week Amazon released their annual report on one of their board of directors calls. Third-party sellers, just people like Dan and me and you, right? Like did about $300 billion in sales on Amazon.
Almost double. So 700.
About $700 billion worth of sales happened on Amazon last year.
There are millions and millions of products to go around, and $700 billion for almost half of it worthy of third-party sellers, I guess.
Yeah, Amazon grew 40% last year. They're growing faster than they can add sellers. Way faster than they can add.
So the point is there is plenty of products to go around. And you just saw the 2 products that Dylan just put out, only one competition between the 2 of them, really, that was significant competition. Look, what more can you ask for when you are splitting sales of 100 or 200, or the other one had 1,200 items a month selling?
Right. Yeah. There's a common misconception, and it's always like, oh man, there's not enough, or there's how am I competing and stuff like that. And one of the things that we really focus on in the wholesale formula, a lot of people try to teach people how to dodge competition. We don't do that. Like we don't believe in dodging competition or hiding and doing those things. Like our focus is on teaching people how to win. Now think about it in terms of that last product, and we're going to dive deeper on this one too. But how many of those last products do you have to make a great business? How many $80,000 a year products in profit do you need to make a great business? Because are those accounts every day? No, but they are possible. I mean, me and Dylan personally have 3 accounts. I was trying to think that make over $200,000 a year in profit. So they exist, and you can actually get them. But the point is, whenever you start thinking about these, and what we're going to be showing you in that workshop, and why you should definitely sign up for the workshop, is we're going to show you how to actually land those accounts, why those people will work with you, and then how you can start selling those types of products. But let's dive deeper. So this thing generates about $210 a month in sales, and he had asked in the chat if how would that be awesome? And I'm sure a lot of people are like, yeah, that would be great. But it doesn't really stop there, does it, Dylan?
No. So that's pretty much worst case scenario. Worst case scenario for this product is you make $200 a month on it. And this is a great example of a starter wholesale account, one that you would start with. You're making some money, and it's going to be easier for you to land. So how would you land this account? Well, how we land wholesale accounts. I told you I was going to reveal this secret on this broadcast, and I am right now. How do we land these manufacturer direct, these brand direct wholesale accounts? Because remember what I told you is they're not willing to work with just anyone. You can't just call them up and open up a direct account and just be anybody. It doesn't work that way. You have to actually give them a reason for them to want to work with you, right? And I'm going to give you a reason that you can call this brand right now, that you can call and I guess Linear is the brand, to buy this multi-code product, right? This is what it would look like if you were to email them or to call them, how they would approve you to sell direct, to buy direct and be one of their approved authorized Amazon retailers. Okay.
Well, as you're getting into this, I mean, because it all lends itself to the same way, right? Let's talk about what this how could this product sell better? Because this is where we start. Like we always start, whenever you're thinking about how can I land an account? Because you bear in mind that, the hard part is that a lot of people want to sell the products like this, right?
Yeah.
But why would they sell it to me? And we think about how we're able to help them. And that's not just buying their product. That's how can I help their products sell more?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I got to cut Dylan because this question just popped in the chat. Do you have any control over the listings at the point that you get the manufacturer to do a deal with you? So Dylan is going. If you'd missed the video from last week, he did this perfectly. Dylan, lay it on him because this is a great question.
Yes, absolutely. When you get the wholesale account, there's several different ways for you to have the authority to make changes to the listing, and we'll talk a lot about that in the workshop. It's something that's kind of deep to get into right here, but yes, anybody can make any change to any Amazon listing,
and it gets particularly easy when you're an approved seller.
And especially when you have the credentials to set, to be able to show that you're an authorized seller of this product. So yes, that's never a problem. You can make any changes or updates to a listing. Don't have to worry about that. We've done it thousands of times at this point. So this product right here, the first question I want to ask the audience, and I'd love to see some talk in chats. What is this product? What am I even looking at? It's not clear to me. A visor transmitter, range 200 feet. That's what the title is. Visor transmitter, range 200 feet. That doesn't tell me anything. I don't actually know what I'm looking at. What is this product? What does it do? Category: security alarms and warnings. It's confusing. I don't know what this is. What does this product do? There's only a picture of the transmitter, I presume. Let's go look at the description. Maybe there's more information in the description. Transmitter, operating frequency, compatible with all linear receivers and controllers. What is this thing?
I actually thought it was a garage door opener, but I have no idea.
Maybe it is. And Dibs in the chat says it's a garage door opener. But you know what so let's presume that it is a garage door opener, or it can be used as a garage door opener. You know what would be great and would make this product sell more than 140 times a month is if the words garage door opener appeared anywhere here.
In the title.
in the title. Because
Amazon is a giant search engine. So whenever somebody, Amazon doesn't know that that's a garage door opener. The only way that it would know that it was a garage door opener if the words garage door opener were on it. So if you want your products, this is a pro tip across the board, regardless of if you're selling wholesale or anywhere. If you want your products to be found more, use more keywords, because that's how Amazon places your products in search.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a great example of just a really, for lack of, pardon my French, this is a really shitty Amazon listing, and it could be selling 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 10 times more than it is selling right now if it was just more descriptive, if it just had more information about what this is and what it's for. Because you know how many people are coming to this listing like I just did and are confused and don't even know what it is? I can't tell. I'm not sure. I had to get Dibs in chat to tell me that it was a garage door opener, because it doesn't say garage door opener.
Now think about this from the customer perspective as well. Let's say that you're looking at this thingy, and you're looking at the exact same thing, except it says the words garage door opener. Which one are you going to buy as a customer? Yeah. You're going, like being unsure or being sure, I will take the one that I'm sure about every time. So not only is people not finding their product, and Dylan's getting ready to show you this, they're not finding that product. More importantly, there are probably people that aren't buying the product that find it just because they don't know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, even if they happen to stumble upon it, they're just not sure. Uncertainty, done. I think of myself as a shopper. I buy a lot of stuff online. And when I click on it and I'm not sure, done. I'm on to the next one.
What are you going to do? What are you going to buy? Are you going to buy, this one is specific.
This one's not good either. It's not good either.
It's not good either, but it has more, right. But it just, as a comparison point, this is bad and this is worse. This one at least tells you it's a garage door opener. It tells you for what brand. It tells you for what types of that brand. And at least you know what you're buying. You know if you're getting the thing that you want or not. Here, you don't know. You're just kind of hoping for the best that it's what you want. So a lot of people, if they had to pick, which one I'm getting, they're getting this one every time because they know what they're buying. They know what they're getting, and 100%, right? So that's the thing. It's this would sell way more if it had just really 3 things, just 3 simple things added to it. If you added some extra words here in the title so that first of all, it got out to more people, and Amazon indexed it and showed up in search and used words like garage door opener and what it was for, what garage kind of door brands it works with, and that sort of thing, and had a picture. Imagine a photo. Let me blow your minds. Imagine there was a photo here of someone clicking the button and a garage door was opening. That'd be perfect. That explains what it is very easily.
Oh, then wouldn't you?
and then here in the bullets, just explaining how this works, what it's for, who it's for, what are the benefits, why you should pick this one over another one.
No,
and
really.
and the sales would go. This could be selling 1,000 times a month. So we know that. So we know that's. I would email the brand and call the brand, and I would talk to them about this. It's like, hey, your current Amazon sellers suck. They have ruined your listing. You're getting beat up by all your competition. You could be selling way more with just these simple changes. If you work with me as a seller, I'll fix all this stuff for you.
Michael Buchanan just asked if you were coming back to circle around to landing the account with that person. He just in that one sentence just told you how when you make that phone call that you're going to approach them and say, listen, I don't mean to be mean, but
I'm just going to show them like your product is listed on Amazon and it doesn't even say it's a garage door opener.
Can you imagine the mind-blowing moment that the guy that you make that phone call to has when you show him that? Like, can you go ahead and jump on your computer, go and bring it up, and let me show you. It's adding value. So we add, value-added reseller, VAR, everyone uses that word, whatever. But it's adding value. Not just anybody can hand anyone money. Like, hey, I want to buy your garage door opener. Here's $1,000, whatever. Value to the brand. And in that case, I can't even imagine how much value that would add to that one listing.
Let me blow your mind. You want to know what a listing that has better description? This is
garage door opener?
This garage door opener that actually says garage door opener and is better described. You want to know how many times it sells a month?
Go ahead, do it.
I can use Jungle Scout. Jungle Scout says 6,800 times a month.
Compared to 120.
That's the difference in just saying garage door opener in your title.
60 times the sales.
Yeah, Jungle Scout Helium 10 actually says it's a little higher than that. It says it's 7,700. $123,000 in revenue a month on this
versus
product.
$1,200 in revenue.
Right.
This is a product that has a ton of room for growth.
Right. Now think about it from this perspective. If you knowing that there is a comparable product that sells almost 100 times, about 50 times more than this one. Do you think that Linear would be the company Linear would be excited about the possibility of maybe selling more of their product?
Yeah, like selling an extra 7,000 units a month. I bet that they would.
Right. That's the point. Is everything with whenever we're talking to these brands, like what we're going to be showing you here, and you're going to see how easy it is to find products. And the more of these we do, what you should realize is it's mostly just common sense. Like what we're doing is we're just educating them about their missed opportunities and getting them to want to work with us. Does that make sense to everybody out there that's watching right now?
Yeah, and I'm seeing great comments. So Barron says adding replacement is a great word in the title because that's what a lot of people are buying these as replacements because they get the one when you buy one. You buy a garage door, it usually comes with a transmitter or remote, so you're usually buying this as replacement. So that's really smart, Barron. That's a great idea that you can do. And Susan, I don't know if she knows it, but she had said something really smart. Susan says, "I'm a goober. I call mine a garage door remote. Gee, I've been saying it wrong all these years." No, you're not wrong.
More keywords.
That's more. You should say things like garage door transmitter, garage door remote, garage door opener. Like
garage door opener remote.
Right, because everyone says at different parts of the country say different things. So you should include all those.
Yeah, those guys in Kentucky call things weird stuff that I've never heard of.
Yeah, like it's soda, call it pop or soda or Coke, right? Everyone calls it something different. Yeah, right. Include all of it so that you appeal to everyone. Does that make sense? So like everyone is sitting here saying and pointing out things, and it's just like you're actually correct that you are giving me ways to make this listing better, and these are ways that I'll use to go get this wholesale account, right? And that's what you do.
This is the value because somebody at what is it? I don't even remember the name of the company, but Linear at this company has created an Amazon listing, and I've created thousands of listings in my life or edited whatever, that literally they spent 30 seconds on without any thought. If Dylan showed them the side-by-side right now of 7,000 units versus 120 units, sorry to say, somebody might lose their job over that.
Yeah, and so that's why they want to work with you. That's why they'll approve you. So the person that calls in, I just want to sell your product on Amazon, not interested. Hey, I want to show you something. There's a lot of potential with your product that your Amazon sellers aren't doing. No one has done for you, and I want to be able to work with you to be able to do that. That's how you get it. That's how they'll want to work with you, and that's what the core to this is. That's what we teach. That's what we're going to be teaching at that 3-day event. That's free for you to come. So all you have to do is show up. It's live. You have to just show up. And Wendy asks, "Are we going to go after this account?" It seems like we should. I mean, we typically don't do that when we show things live. It's for other people. It's not.
I mean,
for us.
It's crazy because Wendy, like, you know, when we do these, we find products. I've never even done this category, but the point is everywhere you look on Amazon, this exists, and it's because there are lots of lazy sellers who don't really help the brands that they work with. And counterintuitively, a lot of folks are like, well, I don't have experience, so they're not going to want to work with me. But when you show them things like this, and if you have the right frame of reference, like, they have no choice but to work with somebody else. Like, would you work with the same people who got you there once you saw that? Absolutely not, right? So anybody who comes to them has that chance if you're able to frame it right. And that's what that live event is going to be about. It's about learning how to frame these, learning how to position yourself to be an authority figure regardless of your sales experience.
Yeah, we'll be showing you. So we're kind of running out of time here. They've got a couple of these products that we pulled up. These look good too. Expensive products, even heavy stuff. So that's fine. It's getting shipped to pallet. This looks like another crappy listing that doesn't explain much.
Do one more product. Let's just go through a fast one.
Infinite opportunities here, right? Like, and this is in a,
I mean, wow.
Kind of a strange category that we don't even have much experience.
A random question. This will be more for the workshop. Born a Beast, who I know you signed up already, but do you only do USA for your Amazon? And I know for me, I'm on UK and Europe and all. You guys can speak for that.
Yeah. So currently, it's one of those things. There for a while, we got really, really interested in doing the full, going into other marketplaces. And then Brexit happened and we got nervous about it and just kind of didn't. And we didn't miss a beat because, like, there's so much opportunity on Amazon.com that you don't really have to go other places. But right now, one of the things that we're doing this year and really focused on over the next few months is with a lot of our partners, the brands that we work with, we are starting to take them to those overseas markets, but it's less about dodging competition and more just about helping them establish that same level of value in those other markets.
Yeah. And then the one other question I had was from Valerie Rucker. She says, can you share a product that you've actually found in the past and what changes you made to land the account or after you landed the account?
Sure.
The changes that you made.
We will at the workshop. We don't have time to do that now. We're running out of time here. But at the workshop, we absolutely 100% do that. We share products.
The workshop, they're going to go over previous products and things. We mentioned one kind of in the last video, but the workshop will dive into that for sure. So
no, we'll go over it. The workshop. That's the point. Is the workshop gives us that opportunity to go deep, and we're like we are fully planning on going over a lot of the products that we actually carry. But and that's currently carried because it gives us that frame of reference. And then you guys, like, a lot of folks are like, oh my God, they're going to share products that they carry. And we're able to do that because we provide a ton of value to the people that we work with. And that's what we're going to teach you. And when you get to that point, whenever you're starting to get it and apply value and develop these relationships with manufacturers, you won't have to be nervous about people finding your products either. And the reason is, they don't want to work with other people. We do everything they want and help them accomplish the goals that they already have. So, show up to that event. I promise it's worth your time. I absolutely guarantee it.
You have nothing to lose. And the one other question that we had was, during the workshop, are you going to teach who to call, who to ask for, who to talk to? That is an absolute for sure, because you've made a lot of calls where you've had to dig into who is the right person, right?
Yep, calls or emails. Our business really has just been built on emails, a lot of emails. So, but and then calling is successful too. So, absolutely. So, guys, as we kind of wind down here, as we're running out of time, make sure you sign up for that workshop where we go, or we're going like hardcore it's 3 days. It's 3 days, 3 hours each day, 9 hours of showing you how to find way more products. We just showed a little bit today of how to find products using this particular method. But if you come to the workshop, we'll show you how to find literally hundreds, and we'll show you how to go real deep on how to land those accounts. We had an hour here talking high level, trying to fit in as much as we can. But at that workshop, it is a workshop. We will give you homework. I know that I hate that word. I wish there was a better word than that. Exercise. We're going to give you exercises and assignments so that you can take
home
action.
Character building. Character building.
I'm going to give you business building exercises. Is that better? Yeah. It's things that I'm going to tell you to do. If you go do them, you will succeed. It's as simple as that. This isn't complicated. Listen to the way I talk, or you know what I mean. Like people, I'm from the middle of nowhere, Kentucky. Dan and I, we were able to build a multi-million-dollar business doing this, and we had no experience before we started with wholesale or anything like that. We figured it out as we go. But you're not going to have to do that because we're going to show you. This is what we do every day. This is what we live. And you can do that too. I saw some questions in there. Do I need an Amazon seller account? Like, no, just show up, learn, and then you make your Amazon seller account after. Learn first. You don't need to have your Amazon seller account. We're going to show you how it all works, and then you do that after, right? Like that's the whole idea. No, you don't need experience. We've worked with a lot of people that have no experience. We've worked with people that can barely speak English. We've worked with people like one of our students that we mentored. He was a Chinese food delivery boy. Now he has a 6-figure business, earns 6 figures every year. Went from that to that. We've worked with a retired couple that's in their 70s. I remember when we started mentoring and coaching with them. I thought to myself, I remember saying like, "Oh, they're too." I was being ageist. I was like, "They're too old. It's going to be tough for them."
We thought they were going to struggle with the tech. We thought they were going to struggle with the tech side of it.
They're $1 million seller now.
Well, I mean, you remember the message we got from Amy literally like last week, right? Like I don't know if anybody will be able to see it, but so one of the ladies that worked with us on this and went through these workshop her name's Amy, and whenever she went through, she had lost her house. She was on welfare, and she just sent us a text last week. This was a couple of years ago. She went through the wholesale formula. And she said, "Hey guys," and it was a screenshot of her sales, and she had just broken her first $100,000 month. Yeah, and she said, "Hey guys, I'm cracking a bottle of champagne. Broke 100K in sales this month. Have been flirting with it for 2 years now. Thanks for teaching me how to use the force." Like, force.
And that's it. So you can be one of those two, and you can get started right now if you want to sign up for the VIP. It just costs $27 if you do that $27 VIP. We also will give you that little mini course where you can get another hour of training, just like you have this recording. You'll have that hour of training too, to help prepare you better for the event, so you can get there and start kicking butt. And so this is it, guys. It's as simple as this. I mean, if everyone watched, they probably thought like it can't be this simple. It really can be. It really can be.
Well, I mean, Dylan just showed you just pulling that one listing. So the free link, I put it Patina just asked. It is in the chat a couple times. It's down below. If you can't see it in the description, hit the little see more button. You guys will see it. Those of you that are not watching us live that may have not been home and you catch this later on the repeat, just please check out the description box below you because the chat might not be caught up. Sign up for the workshop. Come in. If you want to hit up the VIP, you'll get that extra training. You'll get the bonus. I will throw in my package for 2021 for social media and expanding. Everyone that watches this channel knows about it. So I'll give that to you for free. And they're going to send me a list of everyone that goes to the workshop and gets VIP. So that's an option for you. But if not, that's cool. Just join us free next week, all 3 days. And trust me, you have nothing to lose. The time is worth it. Trust me. I have spent the last week and a half going through the entire wholesale formula updated. I've seen it last year, but I've seen the new 2021 updates. There is some amazing stuff for the workshop coming that they have sent me as somebody that helps them like, hey, this is what we're going to cover in the workshop. Those 3 days are going to be incredible. So come join us.
And I see a couple of people that said they signed up, but they think it maybe went to they didn't receive it. Yeah, make sure and check spam or your junk mails or your other folders and stuff. You know how Gmail and Yahoo and stuff can be. So just make sure you check those other folders. Make sure you receive the email.
Michelle Ogle just found it in her junk mail. So guys, please check the spam and junk mail. If you don't get it, you can try again or use another email. If you have any issues at all, please email me directly, rockstarflipper@gmail.com, and I will make sure that Dan or Dylan gets you put in there and signed up, or one of their teammates gets you put in if you at all can't find it, like by tomorrow if it doesn't come through, or junk or spam.
And you can also email Dan at dan@thewholesaleformula.com. He'll deal with you.
Yeah, I'll put that in the chat too. Dan at thewholesaleformula.com. Oops. I can't spell, just excuse me. Dan at thewholesaleformula.com. He can get you in. So please don't miss out on the opportunity because you didn't get the email. Just let us know if you don't find it, and we'll get you in there. Yeah,
absolutely. All right. Well, guys, get out there and start finding products. Remember those criteria. Watch the replay when it's check that out so that you can just have that. Use those criteria. Find your own products. Come to the workshop by finding your own products. And
have one when you get there. We're going to show you how to land the thing.
We'll show you how to land it. That's it. So we look forward to seeing you guys there.
Yeah, this is awesome. By the way, guys, make sure you leave a comment below. Thank Dan and Dylan for their time. They're busier than I could ever imagine to be. They've been super awesome last week, now this week, and now next week for the workshop. You guys are going to appreciate it. You're going to love it. You're going to learn a lot, and you're going to thank me and both of them later. Trust me. Come back to the comments and let us know how amazing it was. And thank you guys both. You guys are awesome.
Awesome. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We look forward to seeing you guys next week.
We'll see you.
All right. We'll see everyone next week. Have a wonderful night. Dylan, anything else?
No, that's it. We'll see you.
All right, guys. Good night.